Garmin Edge 530 GPS Computer Review. The Garmin Edge 530 is a feature-packed GPS bike computer aimed at serious enthusiast cyclists who want a range of performance metrics and navigation features. It replaces the Edge 520 and Edge 520 Plus, and shares virtually all of its functionality with the more expensive Edge 830 but lacks a touchscreen, instead using buttons on its sides. Garmin Edge 530 Key Features and Specs. Full range of performance metrics including everything from basic speed/distance/time data to power analysis, FTP tracking and more. Turn-by-turn navigation with Garmin Cycle Map. Automatic sync with Garmin Connect. 2.6 inches, 246 by 322 pixel color screen, non-touch screen. Internal lithium-ion battery offering claimed 20 hours of use. Wi-Fi connectivity, plus ANT Plus and Bluetooth for external sensors and pairing with Android and Apple phones. Fully customizable profiles for different riding disciplines. Support for third-party apps such as Komoot via Connect IQ Store. 77G, plus 47G for out-front mount including 31.8mm bar shim, 85mm long times 51mm wide times 16mm thick, 20mm total including protruding mount. Garmin Edge 530 Design and User Interface. The Edge 530 is about a third of the size of a typical smartphone but somewhat thicker, with a 2.6 inches color screen occupying most of its upper surface. It uses Garmin's familiar 90-degree twist-lock mounting system and ships with the same excellent, flush out-front mount as the Edge 830, as well as two O-ring mounts, which can be attached to your bar or stem. The 530's functions are controlled by 7 external buttons located on its sides, while charging, and physical connection to a computer, should you need it, is by way of a micro-USB port concealed beneath a flap on the lower edge of the device, i.e. facing the rider. Without a touchscreen, setting up the Edge 530 is a time-consuming affair involving a lot of tedious button pressing, most of it involving the up/down buttons on the left side of the device, and the enter/back buttons on the right side. Technophobes will need to spend some time with the manual because it's not always obvious how to change settings, with some appearing in the global menu and others, even ostensibly general ones, found in profile-specific menus. There is great scope to customize your data displays, however, and the system of profiles is enormously flexible and makes sense given that you're likely to want a different set of metrics for, say, road or mountain biking, while still using the same computer. Garmin Edge 530 Navigation. The Edge 530 offers full turn-by-turn navigation including full color maps, a step up from the breadcrumb-style NAV of Garmin's entry-level devices. You can create courses from rides previously recorded on the device, but fundamentally the 530 is geared towards following routes you've created elsewhere, either on Garmin's own apps or using third-party services such as Strava. Mountain bikers will be pleased to hear the Edge 530 supports trail mapping service Trailforks. All you need to do is log into your account on your paired phone. While the 530 screen is smaller than that of the Edge 1030, maps are easy enough to read, if sometimes lacking in detail. Place names, for instance, are not always displayed, and smaller roads disappear prematurely if you zoom out. Without a touchscreen, browsing the map on the Edge 530 is a pretty painful experience because you need to toggle between zooming, panning left and right, and panning up and down. It's an experience somewhat reminiscent of trying to write words on an Etch-a-Sketch. If all you want to do is investigate your local surroundings, it's invariably quicker and more useful to get your phone out. Living with the Edge 530. The everyday stuff of recording and uploading rides is largely painless with the Edge 530. Once you've connected to your home Wi-Fi once, or paired the device with your phone, you don't need to think about it very much as long as you remember to plug the Edge in and charge it from time to time. Going for a ride is as simple as choosing the appropriate profile, you can create your own if the default options don't suit you, and pressing record. At the end of your ride, you hit stop and confirm that you want to save the ride. The Edge 530 seems to live up to or exceed its claimed 20-hour battery life. Obviously, power consumption will vary enormously depending on how you use the device. Cranking up the screen brightness and running navigation full-time will inevitably use more power, but for most riders, it will be more than adequate. The Edge 530 screen is easily legible, and I found myself content to leave it in auto brightness mode to reduce battery usage, rather than forcing it to maximum brightness. It's noticeably crisper than the Edge 1030's display, perhaps not a surprise given the slightly higher pixel density. The 530 will delight riders who revel in logging every facet of their riding experience. For instance, the default road riding profile is set up to ask you at the end of every ride how many calories and drink bottles you consumed.